Hi Leo, welcome. This is Joy from Taurus Tarot, and we're looking at the energy for the first 2 weeks of January. So January 1st to the 15th, yeah, of this beautiful 2020. So some things that were just coming up were that this is kind of a time for you of grounding and finding more balance. And what I also heard was subconscious reprogramming. So yeah, so it just kind of feels like a time for you that that feels good. That feels like it's almost like you're climbing the mountain and you've reached not the peak, but a place where you get acclimated. So you're still definitely on your journey, but you're kind of at this point in your journey where you're taking a little break and getting grounded, getting more balanced, getting re-energized, to move on to the next phase. Yeah. So funny. I was totally picturing the Fool, and that's what popped out. Totally picturing the mountain, and this plateau, getting to one stage of your journey where you plateau a little bit, and just kind of take a break and kind of get like reintegrated or rebalance, that kind of thing. Yeah, so let's see what other cards popped out. That was the last one. So yeah, so it's totally what I'm feeling. This came out for a Leo earlier, and that I was doing a reading for earlier, and this is really about putting in work to like master a skill, right? And that skill can be anything. That skill could be like something you do that you enjoy, like a craft or a hobby or something like that. It could be a sport. It could be like, putting in the time and energy to master some kind of sport, like, paddling or surfing or soccer, football, whatever it is. But it also could be like mastering a way of thinking or a way of being, or putting in the works to master a way of life, sort of, for example, maybe putting in the work to gain some kind of mastery over your emotions, right? Instead of allowing your emotions to master you, what you're working at is gaining some mastery over being in control of your own emotions. Yeah, so it could be a wide range of things, really, but this is really speaking of putting in some hard work and some dedication in order to get good at something. Yeah, and I really feel for you, Leo, like that it's something that you're getting good at really does have a lot to do with your thinking and, understanding how powerful the mind is, and understanding that if you can gain control of your thoughts, or at least be the observer of your thoughts and be able to dismiss thoughts that you do not want, that do not make you happy, and only allow in thoughts that bring you greater joy or peace or love, right? And I feel like that's really the core of what this working towards and gaining mastery is of. Yeah. And I really feel like it's something that you've been working at for a while. It's and when I say a while, I don't mean just this this lifetime. And I was giggling because I looked at the clock for whatever reason, the timer, and it was 444. So that just kind of really confirms for me that this is something that has kind of been following you through lifetimes. This knowing how powerful you really are, how you really are the creator of your own destiny, but now finally being in this lifetime, finally being able to truly believe that and capitalize on it. Yeah. And this journey towards, gaining that mastery is not going to be without some conflict, without some feeling like you're not successful, or feeling like or feeling discouraged, or whatnot. That's part of the process, that's really part of the process. And understanding that is going to be hugely beneficial for you on this journey towards, mastery, this journey towards, this journey of putting in the work, to bring you to some level of mastery, to get you good at something, right? It's not going to be, without some challenges along the way. But part of this journey is really about understanding that that the challenges and the obstacles that you come across are really what makes the journey. It's what makes the journey fun and interesting, and what's the word I'm looking for? And satiating, and something that you can work through and work towards, and or work through in order to feel some satisfaction at the end of it, right? Because if everything came easy, you would not feel so accomplished once you've completed it, right? And if everything were easy, there wouldn't be much that you'd be so interested in doing, right? And that's just the law of the universe, that the law of contrast, right? There is no black without white, there is no dark without light, right? And so you can't really experience a completely smooth ride and be able to look back and feel accomplished. That's just how it is. So knowing that you're always going to have that there's always going to be some kind of challenges or obstacles or roadblocks or whatever you want to call it along the way, why not make the most of it? Why not make the most of it? They're going to come up, right? That they're going to test you. That it's going to be something that you're going to have to work through, but you also know that once you work through it, you're going to feel a really great sense of accomplishment that moved you in a direction that you felt passionate and good about, right? And so, find pleasure in the process. Find pleasure in the process. There's no need to get angry or upset or resentful or whatever. Any low vibrational feelings, it is not necessary when you come across these obstacles, because these obstacles are actually like blessings, and that's really an important way to move forward on this journey we call life, right? Because it's gonna just allow you to be much more in control of your emotions, and much more even keeled, like upeksha, just having a real balance. And it's just gonna make you feel happier, really, and enjoy it more, right? When we get miserable and ugly over things that happen that weren't necessarily in our control, the only thing that that really does for us is make us feel ugly and miserable, right? So why? Why let it? We have control over our own emotions. We have control over how we choose to feel about something to an extent, right? Some things just kind of seem to come up automatically that are beyond your control. But what it is really your perspective of it, right? That allows for more even-keeled emotions. Okay, so maybe not necessarily that you are more in control of your emotions, but you are more in control of choosing to take a perspective that allows for more happiness, Okay, so that's what this is saying. And then we have this passionate energy, right, of moving quickly, yeah, this positive quick energy coming in, and right before the Fool, yeah. So this really does feel like a time of gaining some mastery, yeah. Like you've done the work, you've done work like climbing up this mountain, right? And like climbing Mount Everest, right? It's like, man, it's cold and it's hard and it's very rough, intense conditions, but the challenge is what is beautiful about it, right? And when you make it to that first rest stop, you have a huge sense of accomplishment, that you've done something pretty remarkable because it's so challenging, yeah. But you're also not looking at those challenges as like, oh, why me, this always happens to me, I must be bad luck, or no. Okay, don't even go there. Those challenges are things that make life more interesting, okay? So you don't need to look at it as a burden. Look at it as something that allows for more feelings of accomplishment in your life, and more depth, yeah, to your life. And so I see you as reaching that first rest stop, and you're kind of getting acclimated there, right? You're kind of like getting into balance, re-energizing, and preparing yourself for the next stage of the journey. And that next stage of the journey is really like a brand new start. Yeah. It's a brand new start, and it's bringing you someplace very happy and light and beautiful and bright. Yeah, look at this card. This card is all about like having like a bounce in your step, and just basking in beautiful sunlight, and just feeling the glory of the world, yeah. And that's kind of what I'm feeling is really on the horizon for you, yeah. All right, Leo, so that's what it is. Welcome to 2020. I hope it is absolutely magnificent for you. I'm certain that it will be, and we'll see you in a bit. Aloha, I love you. Namaste.